Now, the first thing, let's talk about what has to happen in any sales capacity is that you got to have a mindset of confidence, of success. So when I say mindset, the difference between success and failure, right? The difference between 5% of the population, which are the wealthiest, and the 95% of regular working class, it typically comes down to a mindset thing. So trials and tribulations that occurs in life, would you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's how you bounce back. So by me giving you these tools and these things that we're going to talk about, these resources, it doesn't automatically turn into, success on tomorrow. You're going to have to develop these skills, but even more so, the number one tool that you're going to have to develop and be diligent at is going to be the tool between your two shoulders, and that's your mind. It's your mindset. So you're going to have to get up every day and you're going to have to talk to the inner voice that's going to convince you that you can't do it, and you're going to have to tell it to shut up. And you're going to have to, on your way to work or wherever you find time to do that, to hype yourself up, is you're going to have to give yourself the belief, right? So there's only two fears that you're born with, right? Does anybody know what those two fears are? So when a child is born, there's only two fears. The fear of falling and the fear of loud noise. Any other fear that you have that was given to you, you learned that along the way. So if you're nervous right now about, oh man, I want to be able to be promoted within the first 12 months, but I'm fearful that I'm not going to do well. Now is the time to get that out. We're going to exterminate that. All right. So your mindset is huge. If you can believe you can accomplish it, then you will. Then you will. All right. So that's the first mindset. So how do we prepare our mind? So who in here played sports? Just about everybody. Did you always believe that you were the best athlete on the field when you stepped on it? That should be everybody's head going up and down, right? Even though physically you might not have been, why would you think that about yourself before stepping out on the field? Because that's what you work for, right? Do you think that a LeBron James or Seth Curry, or is it Seth? Not Seth Curry. Steph Curry. Seth is his brother, right? But even Seth plays ball too, right? Do you think that their mindset is one that when I go onto this basketball court that I'm less than the person that's defending me? No. They're just as good or better in their mind. So in the sales game, it doesn't matter what you're selling. You've got to believe that you are the best at what you do. That is going to be the difference between you bouncing back on bad days, right? Then the bad days are going to happen, right? So how do we continue to develop? We've got to read. We've got to turn the television off at times. Turn the radio off at times. We talk about having mentors, right? You realize that for $8, I can buy a mentor for $8 by buying a book from someone else who's writing about their successes in life. I can, for $8, buy a book from someone who made billions of dollars and find out their secrets. But how many people look at it that way? Most people look at a book as like, well, I don't really want to read that right now. I'd rather watch television. Or I'd rather do this or do that. But without a developed mind, it's going to be very difficult for you to go from level A to level B to level C, because you should always be changing every single year. What I did last year, you shouldn't be doing the same thing this year with the same results, right? The average of 5 friends is typically going to be the average of your bank account. Did you know that? It's true. So if you're hanging around people that financially aren't where you want to be, where do you think you'll be financially if you continue to hang with those same people? And it's no shade at the people that you're hanging with, right? Those are childhood friends, maybe family members. But for you to get to another level financially, you've got to be around people who are more successful than you. So there's an old saying, if you're the smartest person in your group, it's time to get a new group. And if you believe that, then I think that you're going to be on your way. Some people will say, well, that's not true, Jay. And then we'll look and see where you are next year and the year after that, right? So as I told you before, there's 3 things that you can do with anything that I'm going to share with you today, starting now. You can accept this information, you can reject this information, or you can neglect it, right? But these are things that I've learned, that someone's given me, and I've realized in life that I can learn from somebody else. I don't have to make the mistakes. I can take the knowledge that they give me and I can utilize it and put it into play, all right? So the first thing is you guys got to prepare your mind and know that if you can accomplish it, if you stay at it, you get good, anything is possible. Fair enough? So who's ready to learn how to sell? Okay, so let's do that.